Humans on the cardboard, prep your cheeks. We are here with a brand new archetype revealed tonight for Legacy of Destruction. That's the next core set after Phantom Nightmare. If you didn't know prior to this, the only reveal we had was the Legacy of Destruction stuff, the Yugimoto when in his final duel when he duels the Pharaoh, just some of the cards he used there getting revamps. Which is cool. But this is the first other thing we've seen for this entire core set. This is the first new archetype from this core set. Very excited to see what it does. It is a dragon archetype, which doesn't always tend to be my cup of tea, but if it's cool and it's in my wheelhouse playstyle wise, I can always be convinced there. But let's see what we got here. This is the, these are the BRIGHTFLEET Dragons, I guess. Let's see. This is Bestowed Dragon Pydra. He's a level 3 Fire Dragon effect monster. 1700 attack, 1000 defense, hard once return on the first effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one. You can take one BRIGHTFLEET spell or trap from your deck and either add it to your hand or set it. Set it. That is literally just there to help this deck play around Droll. Would be my guess. Is literally just for that sole purpose of like, oh, this card now also plays around Droll. Nice. Okay, cool. That's already making this card good. It's a Stratos. You take no battle damage from battles involving your fire dragons. Fine. He's already 17, which is also decent for a level 3. And then once per turn during the battle phase, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves. Synchro summon using this card you control. Interesting. He gives you a quick synchro, but he is not a tuner himself. But all you need is any other tuners. He doesn't even lock you into only making fire dragons or anything, which seems to be the style here, right? Fire dragons. Okay, not a bad card. A Stratos that also gives you the quick effect to fuse during the battle phase, which is kind of nice. That means also even on your turn, even though it's not going to be the best interruption on your opponent's turn, because they can obviously see this on field and know not to go battle phase until they can handle this type of interruption. But even on your battle phase can help you secure OTKs by going for attack for 17, then attack with something else, then quick synchro for another big monster, push again, keep going, right? Very cool. All right, not a bad card. Next up, we have Bestowed Dragon Fadra. Fadra. Level 3 Fire Dragon again, 16, 10, 1000 for the stats, and its first effect again, hard once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, or at the start of the damage step, if a monster battles, you can target a level 4 or lower fire dragon in your grave, special summon it. Okay, cool, like an extender. There, your fire dragon monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, and once per turn during the battle phase, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. Okay, another interesting card. Not nearly as good as the first one, but if there are certain combo lines where we're able to pull this card out of the deck easily and get just the extra extension, right? There's definitely some value there for sure. Extra protection effect, and the third effect being able to synchro on the battle phase, not terrible. So kind of same thing, but now I'm getting a vibe that this deck really does battle phase stuff, which is throwing me off a little bit. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean that it can't be good, but I always get weary of decks that Konami tries to build two around the battle phase, but we'll see. All right, final card here for the main deck. This monsters. This is Bestowed Dragon Shundra. Level 4 Fire Dragon. This one is the tuner. Cool. 1500 attack, 1000 defense, and you can only use its 2 first effects per turn. If you control a Fire Dragon monster, you can special summon this card from the hand. Okay, just jumps out of the hand. We've been seeing this progression of like actual tuner monsters with actual good effects and extension, which is good. At the start of the damage step, if a monster battles, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Fire Dragon monster from your deck, except Bestowed Dragon Shundra. Oh, that's kind of spicy. Because that means you could, even like worst case scenario going second, you could literally normal summon this card, attack, activate this effect to like summon a monster, and as long as you're not attacking something in attack position where your guy's going to die, you would summon one of your guys from deck. That could potentially be your Stratos, but then even then you could then quick synchro on the opponent's turn for a 7. We're talking Black Rose Dragon potentially at that point. Go from there, mess around with some other stuff. That's cool. Okay, and the third effect, same thing as the other ones. Once per turn, you can, during the battle phase, quick effect synchro summon. Okay, not a bad card. So I like the first two the most. This middle one could certainly be part of like certain combo lines or so, but definitely seems like the worst of the main decks. Okay, Synchros. We've got BRIGHTFLEET Rise Dragon Bident Dragion. Okay, name needs work. Fire Dragon Synchro Tuner. He is a tuner. Is level 7, 2600, 2000 for the stats. He does require all dragons, so he requires a dragon tuner plus dragon non-tuners. And you can only use the first effect of this card once per turn, and the second effect once per duel. Interesting. Okay, third effect. If this card is synchro summoned, target a fire dragon monster in your grave, special summon it, but it locks you into dragons for the rest of the turn. Okay, that's already pretty good, because this is just a good synchro climb card for this deck. Not too shabby. Now they're all once per turns, but there's also the benefit of like if you use two of these guys, if you like quick fused with two of them in the battle phase to make this summons whichever one you didn't use. Make sure you use the one you didn't want to revive. So probably use the tuner to quick sync, and then when you revive the non-tuner, they would add up to 10 and get you into the next level of synchro stuff, which could either be Dispater, I believe, or what this next guy looks like a 10, so we'll see what that is. That's cool. Okay, very cool. Second effect, if 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, quick effect. You can special summon this card from your graveyard, then you can destroy one spell or trap card on the field. Interesting. So it's only once per duel, and it has to be a turn where 3 or more attacks have already been declared. This doesn't ring to me as like anything crazy. I mean, I guess this deck really seems built around OTKing, because you're supposed to like make this to synchro climb. Then when you use it, and if you've attacked enough times, this card also comes back and gives you another 2600 body to like keep attacking with. I don't know. It seems, I guess, that the first effect's definitely more important, but cool. All right, next up we have BRIGHTFLEET Super Dragon Transcend Dragion. Again, name needs work. We'll see what that ends up being. It's a level 10 Fire Dragon Synchro. 3k for the stats. Again, dragons. 1 dragon tuner plus 1 or more non-dragon or non-tuner dragons. Third effect is a once per duel, but the others are not. If this card is synchro summoned, change all monsters on the field to attack position. Okay. All opponent's monsters must attack if able. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. Interesting. So this is actually kind of interesting, because this is going to give you an opportunity where you can quick sync this on the opponent's turn, potentially, in the battle phase, because if they don't know how the deck works, I guess, make this would force everything in attack position, and then they have to attack into this 3k guy, basically. And your opponent has no card or effects in the battle phase, too, so they're just turned off. Okay. And third effect, if 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, quick effect, special summon this card from grave, then destroy 1 card on the field. Wow, if you get both of these set up, the same turn you attack, like 3 attacks go through, you're able to just go summon, pop up back row, pop a card, and get 5,600 damage, which is kind of crazy. Very interesting. Okay, I mean, listen, we're pretty battle phase dependent, which is a little bit tough, but spells and traps are crazy, then obviously things can be kind of manufactured here. We'll see how they go. Okay, this is Overflowing BRIGHTFLEET Manor. You can only use the second effect once per turn. Fire dragon monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects during your main phase once. See, this is what this deck does. This deck is a going second deck. This makes it so in main phase 1, you get to play without being interacted with much, and then once you get to battle phase, that's when your deck does all its shit. The second effect, during your main phase, you can add 1 bestowed dragon monster from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. So also a Stratos, while also like a Rhoda card, while also being this. This also, by the way, discards a card as cost, or as effect, not as cost, which also could matter. And if this card is destroyed during the battle phase, you can target a dragon synchro monster you control. Its attack becomes doubled. Okay. All right, so not a bad card at all. Like, this, to me, kind of gives me Magical Meltdown vibes of just, like, it's a searching field spell that also gives you really good protection on your stuff. Not bad. Not bad at all. This also is, like, kind of... Oh, it's only fire dragons. Is Black Rose fire? Wait, if Black Rose is fire, this deck may actually be nasty with this. Because this literally searches... Maybe this might actually search a 1-card Black Rose, and then this card says Fire Dragons are unaffected. If Black Rose is fire, this card's crazy, but I cannot remember if it is or not. Holy shnikes. And the last card here is a quick play spell, Bright Fleet Opening. Quick play spell, you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If this card was activated outside of the battle phase, apply one of these effects. If this card was activated during the battle phase, then you can apply any of them in sequence. Add one level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from deck to hand. Whoa, any fire dragon? Okay, so definitely going to have to go through the pool of fire dragons that may have applications in this deck. And the other one is special summon a fire dragon from your hand. So it's one or the other. Unfortunately, none of them seem to do anything. Well, I guess like if you're just doing one during main phase, then it's fine because like you're getting the Stratos or you're getting the extender guy, the extender tuner. But if it's battle phase, you could be like adding and specialing the same one, and then that's an extra quick synchro summon on the opponent's turn. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so really interesting here. Yeah, definitely some big questions to be sure. This card only protects fire dragons, so we need to see what fire dragons this could also apply to. Black Rose is the big one because this deck already makes 7s really easily. So the question is, can we like make a Black Rose in main phase 1 while it's completely unaffected by activated effects and just like cook our opponent's board and then like search, or if we didn't even need to search to do that, like then get a search and like start playing from there? That is so crazy. Okay, very cool. And this card's obviously insane, right? This card is either a quick play Rhoda, or if it's in battle phase, it's an E-Telly for any fire dragon generically. And this guy adds any Bright Fleet spell or trap, so that's either of these. We don't have any traps or anything, so keep that in mind. But still seems pretty nuts. Okay, not pretty nuts. Like, it's not all the way there yet. I mean, listen, it's a dragon archetype, so we always have to consider the fact that there's already so many good dragon cards that already get to work here. They are fire, so they don't work the best with Bestials. But there are other dragon cards and generic dragon cards that we can abuse to make Bestials a little bit better anyway. And then the questions become stuff like the Black Rose Dragon. I would say whatever other level 4 or lower fire dragons exist to make use of this E-Telly / Rhoda card. And what dragons that already exist would like work just generically in this deck anyway. But it is interesting. It's not a nothing deck to me. I think there's like could be something here. This may be like a lot of cases where the first wave is just okay and it needs a second wave in the next core set to really bring it along. But like I don't know. I think this is a pretty interesting archetype. There's definitely potential here as like maybe one of the first going second archetypes we've seen in a long time that has potential, but we need to see them really capitalize on the second wave, I would think. Unless generic dragons are going to carry this deck all the way the rest of the way there. But it is interesting. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below on this new archetype. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's in between and it needs a strong wave, kind of where I land? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that down below. But I am out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching as always. Let me know your thoughts there and subscribe if you want to see more news updates as we get more stuff. I heard this week was supposed to be a week where we get back into Legacy of Destruction. That's obviously starting here. We have the live stream next Sunday, so we've got definitely, I would expect something coming out of there. And, you know Konami, they drop it whenever. So I'm bringing it to you as soon as it drops. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.